longer period of time. Um, he's a guy who can take individual challenges. He's a guy who's capable of shutting people down, um, keeping you in positions where you don't have to do a lot of help. So he definitely helps. He takes pressure off everybody because he can contain his man. Joe.
Joe Barney Athletic. So Donovan played 23 minutes ish tonight, and I know he had 4 fouls. Was it a foul trouble thing or a score flow?
Well, he picked up his fourth with like 5 to go in the third. And we just continued to build the lead, so I didn't think there was a reason to put him back. So that was the reason behind it.
I mean, he's played quite a bit of minutes so far this year. I mean, how good does that make you feel to get to a game against a good team, an emotional game for him, and only have to play him for 23 minutes?
I think it's something with all of our guys, making sure we can manage their load. And I think that's where, as we continue to grow, you take care of business, and you can find yourself in some of those positions more often than not. We put ourselves in some tough predicaments by getting big leads and losing leads in fourth quarters in particular, where your guys have to rack up minutes. So I think this is something about just growth for us, and being able to play consistently throughout the 4 quarters.
That's exactly like 20-something odd pass rate points tonight. A lot of that one more that Jared keeps talking about on the passing. There's more legs tonight, do you think? And how do you feel like that defense that dictated your offense?
I mean, although especially in the first half, we did a really good job defensively, creating some turnovers. But they shoot a lot of threes. We can shoot threes, and they were 5 for 20 in the first half. There's a lot of long rebounds, which allows your break to get started. Able to convert into layups and dunks if possible. We'll take early threes also, but if we can't find that, that's when we want to control the game. So if we can find those, we're interested in running for the easy.
And Kevin, making a pretty big impact there in the first half as well. How do you feel about his been since he's come back? And tonight it seemed like he just had a little bit more of a flow and a rhythm to him.
Yeah, I think the ball found his hands. We all know what he's capable of. He's a elite playmaker, space floor, that type of floor space, I say. But we know what he's capable of. So the more the ball touches his hands, he gets his rhythm, the better it is for everybody.
Yep. JD, we talked about Lauri a lot. Now we can touch on this column, and we've been coaching for a really long time. He was out all last year, but great play time. How does it probably to see him back up?
That's what this is about. You always want to see the guys doing what they love, especially the guys who put the time in to make sure that they can be at their best. And Colin's a tireless. He went through so much here, but was never deterred. All he wanted to do was get on the floor and help. So you're always happy to see him back on the floor and playing at a high level and helping a team win.
In terms of just Isaac, his impact was huge on both ends of the floor, but you talk about how you don't want him playing in a box. Was tonight a good example of him just going a little bit more freely in the floor of the offense?
Yeah, there's so much out there for him, and there's things that he's capable of doing. Like he helps us in transition. He can get out and run. He's a great cutter. He's a really good offensive rebounder, and he's a really good passer. So there's so many things that he's capable of. Find him in those spots.
Last one, Kelsey.
Jetty hit those 3 threes tonight, and the bench was go crazy. Kind of has been that spark that we've talked about. What is it about him that allows him to sort of ride the ebb and flow and be able to hit those shots when kind of in the flow?
It is kind of a phenomenon. Like he's one of those guys who has the ability to pull a crowd in and to be a momentum shifter. Like when he sees that first one go, you can bet there's more that's going to follow, and his teammates love it, the fans love it, and he's that spark for us that we need. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Donovan and Jared.
Thank you.
from all of you guys in a really complete game. What did you see on that front?
We just all came out with the same mindset together just to come dominate the game at the beginning, set the tone, and just keep it going for the full 48.
And knowing that obviously there's some emotions there with Donovan playing against Utah,
Mhm.
what was the mindset for you guys as a team and just kind of knowing where he was at and what did you see from him too?
He was in a stable mindset. I don't think he showed any malice to the Utah Jazz. He just knew that it was not necessarily another game, but a night to go out there and just play his game, prove why he helps this team win.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Jared, did you think this was the most complete game you guys have played this year?
I think it was up there. I don't remember the other games too much, so I can't give you a definite answer. But I do think, like you said, round take everything. We were good on defense. We shared the ball on offense. We did everything to the best of our ability tonight.
How important has Isaac been to what you guys have been doing defensively as of late?
Right, he's been huge. I don't think he gets enough credit for how much he helps our defense, how much he guards the toughest or the best guy on the floor every single night, how he sacrifices his body. It's tough. He doesn't get frustrated when he gets a lot of fouls. We kind of lean on him for a lot of things that's integral to the team.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Jared.
Hey, how you doing?
I know you touched on this a little bit already, but when it comes to Donovan playing against his old team,
Mhm.
even though like you guys aren't feeling the same emotions that he is,
Right.
can you still feel the magnitude of what it meant?
I didn't feel it personally. I was talking to him before the game, and he was saying, he knows he's playing his old team, but he doesn't think it's a huge deal. Like obviously, he knows the stipulations behind it, but he's not trying to make it like the revenge game, and that's what he told me.
And then for you guys, as you continue to progress throughout the course of this season,
Mhm.
where do you feel like you are right now, and how do you feel about the evolution of this team?
It's coming good. I think this is a step in the right direction in terms of coming out and playing Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. I know we throw that term out quite a bit, but I think just like you said, it was a full game tonight from start to finish, and that's where we're trying to get, not trying to slack off. We did it again in the start of the third quarter, but just trying to play that full 48.
What stands out about Donovan's just personality and like just how would you describe who he is as a human and not necessarily basketball?
Right. He's just a good human being. If you met him on the street, other than him looking athletic, you wouldn't know he's a basketball player. He's just coming in. He's a caring guy. Wants to make sure everybody's okay. Wants to make sure everybody's, being happy. He just likes making sure everything's okay.
Alex Henry, WCIP. This was a bigger game for you in terms of scoring. Was there any turning point going into tonight?
You asked me what I think. For me, I had breakfast for dinner last night. But I had a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. I think that's why I did so well.
There you go. Thank you.
Anything else?
Jared Logan, WCIP Akron. You guys currently have the best home record in the NBA. Can you describe what it means to play in an environment like Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse and Cleveland altogether?
Right. I'll start when I was in Brooklyn, you heard rumors about playing in Rocket Mortgage. Like they have the best fans. You don't really realize it until you play here. And then playing here every night, I think we get used to it, how good our fans are, how much they cheer for us, how much they're here through thick and thin. We have an amazing crowd that always pushes us forward every night.
Thank
Thank you, guys.
It's not my closet. It's still not. Come on. No? All right. So I'm just gonna embarrass you off camera. Is that what I'm gonna do? Am I gonna embarrass you off camera? No? No? Everybody, that's my sister Jordan. Everybody, that's my sister.
All right.
That's my mom as well in the back. Jordan is second team all league in Patriot League in lacrosse at American University. So star-studded. I ain't a big deal. It's her.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com.
Hey.
How's it feel to get this one behind you?
It was good, man. You know, like I said this morning, man, it's always good to play against your guys and have fun. You know, I think the bigger game will probably be when we go back out there. But as a whole, for a group, as a team, we played really well. We did a lot of really good things collectively. Obviously, we shot the ball really well, but defensively, holding another team under a team like this who can shoot the ball really well, can score under 100 points. We did a lot of things that we can point to and look back at and say this is what we want to be as a team. But, you know, for me, you know, like I said, it was just a lot of fun just being out there playing against guys I've been playing with and coaching staff that I've been with my whole career and really helped me grow to be who I am today. So it was fun.
A couple of your teammates were saying that you tried to relay a message about not putting too much into this one game.
Yeah.
How and why?
I feel like after the first two Knicks game, I started to, like, you know, as a group, we start to hear and there's all this talk and whatever. But I think the biggest thing is to keep the main thing. And, you know, I've never been in a situation like this where I'm playing against my former team or playing against a team that the whole world thought I was going to. So you learn from that and find ways to just be a better team, because when we played back in New York, we didn't play like we should have, you know, I think. And we take that lesson and understanding that, look, yeah, there's going to be talks about Donovan here, Lauri coming back, Colin coming back, whatever, but we got to keep the main thing. And this is a really talented basketball team that we're going against, and we just got to focus on that amongst ourselves and, you know, just doing that. And we did that. We did it on every single person that came and contributed in the right way. And that's what you want to see out of a team in situations like this. Although we did turn the ball over, 20 times. Yeah, but we'll fix that.
Tom Withers, AP. It feels like you've been here for 5 years. Does it feel like that to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable if that's what you're saying. I know, obviously, I'm still trying to figure out the highways, but but for me, is with this group, it feels like I've been apart for a while. And, you know, there's, like I said, the city, the fans, the team, everybody's welcomed me with open arms. And, you know, the fit was, you know, pretty seamless, you know, and like I've always said, we didn't know what the fit was going to be like, but it's been pretty fluid. And, you know, my biggest thing is just trying to be myself, you know, not be anything extra, not trying to overdo it, not trying to overcompensate. And, you know, my teammates have really allowed me to be that, you know, my coaching staff as well. And I think that's what's making it, you know, seem so easy and free flowing. Even through, you know, we have tough nights, you know, 5-game losing streaks and whatnot. And there's going to be some more tough nights that come up. You still, you know, find ways to continue to grow and continue to get better.
48 or 53 if you had to. Is it nice to have a 23?
Yeah. I was like, man, like, we haven't had one of these in a while. So it's always good to get a break. You know, I'm not that old, but it's always good to, you know, put the minutes down. And like I said, to see guys continue to flourish. Jetty Osmond played phenomenal tonight. Karis LeVert played really well. Kevin Love had 10 boards, you know, quiet 10 boards, doing the little things, you know, like continuously. We all know what J.A.F., Darius, myself have been doing. Isaac Okoro, like seeing those guys continuously take those steps to continue to get better, because at the end of the day, you know, they're going to continue to push us to get to the next level if we want to continue to be that.
Kelsey was The Athletic. Before the game, you had that moment with Jordan, and after the game, you got to see Will and everything. What was it like, though, in those moments to see those guys?
I haven't seen Jordan in a while, you know, so it's great to see guys like you through FaceTime. I tried to get them to play Xbox to distract them this morning between our nap, because we're all still in the same group chat and whatnot, so still texting them. But it's great to see my guys, man. Like I said, like, that's the great thing about basketball. And then these things, like, obviously the business part is the business part, but, you know, the friendships last forever. The stuff that we've went through as a group, you know, whether it's JC, Mike, the coaching staff, Lamar Skeeter, Alex Jensen, Irv Rowland, Chris Jones, like, there's so many different guys, the training staff, like everybody, just being able to see guys, you know, and just show love. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, we're competing, but, you know, it's always bigger than basketball. You know, you're with these guys more than you're with your family. So, you know, like I said, it's always smiles. It's always love to see those guys. And like I said, it was weird, but it was fun. Like, we had fun, and granted, because we won, but like, just as a whole, like, just came into the game just having a good time.
I know kind of funny with your mom and your sister in the room, but
Yeah.
your personality, this genuineness to it, JB has talked about a lot. What, when you were younger, like how did you grow that? Where did that come from? Established in her?
My mom right here.
Her that was like allowed that.
One thing is always just be yourself, and I can confidently say that the three of us, my mom, my sister, and not even my dad, like we didn't think this was going to happen. If anything, we thought it was going to be the baseball side of it. But never change, just continue to be this person, a humble person, and going out of your way, just be nice and kind. Kindness is easy and it's free. It's not hard to be, kind, and just continue to just be a selfless person, and that's just how I've always been raised. And sometimes we've all seen it. You sometimes see people or meet people, whether it's an actor, it's a athlete, it's or whatever, and aren't always the case. And that sucks to see at times. I've had incidents where I didn't get my autograph signed, and I always try to go out my way to make sure that I do that for a little kid. And certain moments and certain people like my mother shape you to be who you are, and I'm very thankful because I'm just going to continue to be this person, and it's something I take pride in.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Donovan, earlier in shoot around, you said that you kind of let your emotions. In shoot around, you said you kind of let your emotions run wild until you get in your car to come to the arena for the game. What were those emotions today?
It's the day and age of the phone. You have your phone. You're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, and everybody. Your text messages. Everybody's in your chat. Oh, do this, do that. But you feel that. You feel it. You can't. I'm not going to just not have my phone. I'm not going to hide from it. You feel it. You embrace it. You see it. You enjoy it. But like I said, you take the nap. You wake up, get ready, and it's the same routine. And that's what I was saying to the guys. Like, let's not make this bigger than it has to be. Like, I'm appreciative of, the recognition and the anticipation of the game. But at the end of the day, we have a job to do. We got to take care of home court and kind of keep it at that. But the emotions are all over the place. Like, man, we had a great time in Utah. We did so much as a group. It'd be weird seeing those guys on the other side. Then the flip side is like, man, I want to kick their ass today. Like, so there's so many flowing emotions, but you kind of need to harness those in and when it's time to play. And that's what we were able to do tonight.
Obviously, when you're on a new team, there's a lot of firsts for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any sense of relief that this first is over now?
Yeah, I think, I think the biggest thing for myself in this group is understanding that we can go, to different places and continue to get better. For me, like I said, with having the two Knicks games in particular, behind me, having those experiences and understanding that allowed me to kind of get to this place here. And this game will allow me to get to the next point, so you have those things throughout the season that help you grow as a person, help you grow as a player, help you grow as a team. And, like I said, I'm excited we got the win. And that's really my main thing and how we won. We did a lot of really good things that we really, I wouldn't say struggle with, but we weren't consistent with on a nightly basis. And they all came to fruition tonight. And, that's really where my head is at. And we got a tough one coming up against Milwaukee. But, with this playing against these guys, playing against my former team, man, it's great to get a win. And we'll be back there in a few weeks anyway.
So you had 11 points in the first 6 minutes, and then the timeout, and you're walking off the court. So in that moment, did you feel like you were going to try to maybe stick it?
It can go one or two ways when I get that, like in that moment. But like I said, I got to a point where I started hitting shots. They're going to make an adjustment, and I had told the guys, especially DG, like, all right, this is going to be their adjustment. I may not try and score. I may try and continue to find. It may just be a decoy and just stand there and just, come off an action just to run a play. But, it can go, like I said, one or two ways. But for me in that moment, just trying to set the tone. That was really all that was. It wasn't, sticking it to anybody or just setting the tone for our group. Like, let's just come out with the right mindset on both ends of the floor, come out the right way, because games like these, you can fluctuate. Like I said, they shoot the three ball really well. That three ball can really bring them back into a game, and they cut it close at certain points. So to start the game for me, it was like, let's just set that tone. Like, we're not coming to play, coming here to do what we do, and everybody will continue to follow suit.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. 30,000-foot view. Where do you think you made the biggest impact on this team?
I would say honestly, as a leader, vocally, I think I've grown in a sense in that way. I think just continue to set that tone. I think I talk more in timeouts than I ever have in my career, and that in itself is not only helping the team, but helping me stay engaged and stay locked in on the task at hand, understanding that we got up 20 today, and I was still like, no, it's not good enough. We need more. Like, there was a loose ball that Walker Kessler had got, I think, and Evan jumped, or I think it was Vanderbilt. Evan jumped instead of hitting first to get to a box out. And, I had that conversation with Evan, like, hey, we need to get a hit first. Like, keep in my mind in that space at all times, I think has helped me grow, but also helped this team, and also vice versa. There was a screen that I didn't get down to the side, and I heard about it from Coach Buck. Like, all right, cool. Like, continuously trying to set that tone. Like I said, offensively I do what I do, but defensively trying to take that step and continuously be able to hold myself accountable. That way I can hold others accountable.
Asked of you to be vocal, or did it just?
That's just something I've always been. I think I've done it more so now because I've been to spots in games that these guys necessarily haven't. Not all of them, but some guys haven't been. So I think that's just something I've always been doing, and now more so than ever, I've been, just continuing to use my voice in the huddle, in the locker room, and film, whatever it may be.
That's a wrap for Donovan. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Donovan.
Thanks, Donovan.
Appreciate it.